on that map.
Yeah.
And, well, Dream's going to have to turn it around here on Deadwing. His macro's fantastic, but so is Classics. Can he take it here on map? As you said, is Classics home, a Protoss' home. Let's see how it goes down in set number 2. Jumping into set number 2 here, down in the bottom left in the red, our Terran player, he's down 0-1. It is Dream.
And up here in the top right on Deadwing, we have the player winning last game. It is Classic. That was a classic win, a classic Blink Stalker all-in.
Classic.
Oh, absolutely classic. Desperation move at the end of all things, but it was enough.
Yeah. Just with the build that he went for, it was 4 gateways. And the Robo just, in response, he needed to get that detection out. But 4 gateways, when you're not taking both of your natural gases, you're going to have a lot of stalkers very fast.
Very fast.
He did a lot of damage to the economy of Classic, as we said. But he kind of just threw away a whole medevac worth 8 Marines that were in there, or rather 6 and 1 Widowmine. And as well as the push that came at the front, all those Marines and the Widowmine and the Reaper.
Yeah, the bunker had no SUVs around it either. He was not expecting it to happen that quickly, and then it was just there, and it DPS'd it down. There was no hope after that. Yeah. And very interesting on this map already, Valdez. We are seeing another Reaper expand sort of opening from Dream, because normally in this kind of map, we do see a CC first from him.
Yeah, he does it all the time. He did it very often, in fact, against... it was a hero that he 4-0'd. This time it looks like, though, it's not going to be Reapers just yet. He's going to make a Marine first.
Okay, so not exactly Reapers.
On the other side of things, Classic went for a Nexus first, so that Reaper could have been very useful.
Yeah, there's some serious metagaming going on right here. Whether it be in favor of Dream, we'll have to see, because he's obviously going to go for that earlier aggression, and everything of Classic's just going to be a little bit later, because he did go for that Nexus first. Detection, harassment. It's going to be a lot of options for Dream to do some damage.
For sure, but thankfully for Classic, he does get cross positions. Deadwing, one of the biggest maps we have in the pool, maybe second to Cactus Valley, I'd say.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to take a long time for Dream's aggression to come all the way across the map. So we'll see if that plays into Classic's hands here.
Can try and intercept this probe as well. It's a very important kill.
Yeah, and he should be able to.
Ooh, not getting the kill though, so it's always going to be on the map. Always going to be a problem potentially for proxy pylons and gateways and stargates, anything. Looks like it's going to be Hellions to follow things up, start things off for Dream.
Very, very interesting. The wall also from game 1 would have actually been very, very useful against Hellions.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Dream has been playing this kind of build as well, and Classic knew about that possibility.
Definitely another answer to it, yeah. It's a pretty smart idea, but it does leave you vulnerable to just simple bio-aggression in the mid-game. Like, they can snipe a pretty important building off. Hellions on this map could do a lot of work, because that Mothership Core only just finished now, so it potentially might have like 1 photon overcharge ready, or might not have it at all. Depends on how fast Dream is at going up the map with these Hellions.
Also, that choke is pretty wide on this map, so he's not going to expect Classic to wall it off again. So I think this is a very smart build from Dream. Let's see how much damage he can get done. Right now there's only 1 Stalker. There's going to be 2 by the time this hits, as well as that Mothership Core, but as you said, a bit late on that energy. Here come the Hellions.
Going to find some damage, that's for sure.
Really nice split from Classic, though. He splits up every single probe into 1 here.
It's going to get to the main, going to get a nice scout off. You see that Robo. And not going to do too much else damage. I doubt we're going to see another kill.
Wow.
Very nice probe micro there. And interesting 2 probes down here. Trying to go for the double. Follow up though. It's going to be a Medivac, it's going to be Widow Mines, and potentially more Hellion run-bys.
Yeah, he's still got 2 Hellions out on the map. Could just use that in the drop or, as you said, for the run-by. But at this point, Classic has been pretty continuously getting out some Stalkers. He's going to have enough energy on that Mothership Core for a Photon Overcharge by the time this next one comes out. He's also got a Detector. He's got this Observer out with that pretty early Robotics facility. No Twilight this game.
No, just playing it super safe on this map. Smart choice from the Protoss player. All you have to really do is defend. It's an easy 3rd and 4th base if you can get to that late game. It's all about weathering the storm up until then, and the storm is usually in the form of Widow Mines.
So 2 more Hellions are going to be scouted out here. Maybe force that Photon Overcharge. They do. They just back off.
Observer saw that Medivac as well, so these Stalkers are in place for it. But is there another Observer in the main base is the next question. Looks like it's following that Medivac slowly.
Yeah, he's got all of his Stalkers in position here, and he does have that Observer following the Medivac, as you said. And all this aggression is going to be held off until now. He's even making an Immortal just to be even extra safe.
Wow, even an Immortal. Yeah, he's really playing things safe. Adding that Forge and the Bay a little bit later. Oh, splitting up his Stalkers there. This could be a bad time to do it.
This Medivac is going to find a way in at least. Trying to focus down the Medivac here. It gets pretty low. Both Widow Mines are going to go down, and all these probes lining up, but it's only 2 Hellions.
Oh, not finding the kills they desired, but pulled them off for quite some time. Got a couple of kills. It's not going to stop there, though. We are seeing some mines set up around outside the base.
It's an interesting idea, but at the same time, there's already an Observer spotting one of them, so that's going to be instantly taken out. Another Observer pops out now. Both these Widow Mines are going to go down, only getting 2 kills.
So not too much damage done, and look at that supply lead already for Classic. 15 up.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you win with a Nexus first. So playing very safe behind that is always a good idea, especially if you can get away with it. And he has so far.
Yeah, very natural sort of advantage going into this game, simply through build orders and no damage done, which Dream really had to do. He had to do it to kind of keep the game even with that kind of build order.
Do you get a sense that Dream is playing a little bit nervous in this game so far?
Well, you know what it's looking like. It's looking like the grand finals of last season, Valdez, when he was playing against Maru. He also had the same sort of problem where in the grand finals, he got just a little bit too nervous. That inexperience that he has at these the grand finals of tournaments really comes to show.
Yep. Maybe Classic, just a little bit older of a player, 5 years older than Dream, maybe is handling the pressure a little bit better so far. Let's not count Dream out of this just yet.
No, he's going for
a yeah, nice little move over here. A bunch of Marines, only 1 Marauder in that mix.
Very smiley from Classic coming down the ramp at the right time. It's not going to be finding any damage with this 3rd.
Yeah. Classic going to easily be able to hold that off for now.
Maybe showing his bio just a little too early because combat shields, concussive shells, and +1 are about to finish all at the same time. He had to wait just maybe a little bit longer. Could have got a good jump on this army.
Yeah, really could have. Thankfully for Classic, in terms of trying to hold this off, he does finish his +1 armor. And the army of Dream is very Marine heavy, and he's already got 2 Colossi out. He's going to have a 3rd one on the way here in just a bit. Let's see how this attack goes down. Like you said, all those upgrades lining up.
They're all lined up.
Pressure, but
yeah, look at this parade across the map. There's a lot of units coming out from Dream. He really is applying the pressure and looking for some real damage here. But man, that is a hard army to engage into in this kind of choke point.
Yep, that's the thing about this map. It is so much easier on this map compared to other maps for Protoss to hold off pushes like this and just play defensive like Classic likes to. Nice little split here from Dream, trying to come into the natural, but at the 30, he takes a lot of damage and is just forced to back off.
He half damaged the Colossus as well. He almost had the perfect sort of engagement on it, but just not enough Marauders in range. Maybe picking away, not fighting too much just yet, but it's buying a lot of time. And forcing a lot of probes off the line as well. The drop into the main base from here could be fantastic.
Oh, and he's going to pick up almost everything and go straight for that main like you were talking about. He's got more units parading across the map.
Yeah, he's really starting to spread out Classic. It's going to be up to Classic's multitasking to really survive this.
So far, I'd say he's doing a pretty decent job of it.
Yeah, he's doing a stand-up job so far. That supply block's going to hurt him for a while longer, though. Losing a couple of sentries, that's the only sentries he has.
Or Warpins here actually getting denied by killing that pylon. Looks like Dream maybe wants to push in here. There are two Colossi in a great position, defended by that Nexus, in fact.
Yeah, not too bad. He gets some pretty decent trades off, but he's got to get out of here now. And you know, Dream has a supply lead at this point. Just keep applying this pressure and doing bits of damage here and there.
Yep, and you know, slowly Classic has been losing a bit of probes here and there. He lost 5 before, 4 now, so getting 9 probe kills, just some extra damage here for Dream. He's ahead in workers now. He's got his third base.
Yeah, fully saturated as well, mind you. Even though it came up a little bit later, it's miles ahead in terms of mining.
The thing about Dream is that he's known for his macro against any player. He's just solid. He's straight on point. And I'm beginning to feel those nerves kind of melt away as he gets into his kind of groove here.
Yeah.
Especially going for a big death drop like this. This is Dream all the way. And him having the confidence to go for something like this is speaking volumes to me right now.
Couldn't agree more, Valdez. And this main base is pretty exposed at this point. There is no units waiting to intercept.
There's one cannon behind the main mineral line.
That's it. That's all there is. So when these drops come in, it's going to really expose the third and the natural, because I'm sure Class is going to be scrambling to defend.
Ooh. He's going to delay it a bit. Maybe he wants to poke a bit at the front at the same time, kind of draw those units out of position.
Yeah, I think he's kind of building up a force at the front, too, so he can run in it and maybe snipe a Nexus if he's possible.
Scan going to go down and gets an observer.
So smart at this point. Classic needs all eyes on the map. He needs to know exactly where everything is, because he can feel it. Dream is preparing something.
Yeah. This is the way of the Protoss. You're sitting back, but regardless, here we go. 4 men of action in the main. There's only that one cannon, as I said, and a lot of Marauders in this mix. See what he decides to go for. Those 2 Foragers in a very vulnerable spot.
Yeah, this is so big. Getting rid of the upgrades at this point. Huge move from Dream. Same time, he rushes into the third base. Trying to do something, but there is a cluster and a number of Stalkers waiting.
But he's doing some pretty nice trading here at least. Gets some of those Stalkers, gets a Sentry. And at the same time, getting those 2 Forges is huge, as you mentioned. The 2-2 of Dream already on the way. Classic has to rebuild both of those Forges if he wants to go for any more upgrades.
He's going to be so behind in upgrades, Valdez. I mean, 2-2 is nearly half done for Dream at this point already.
Oh, but look at this. Classic going for the counter harass into the main. 6 Zealots. They've got 1-1, same as Dream's units.
Not going to find too much. Units coming out of those racks, more than enough.
But at the same time, he's pulling Dream's entire army all the way back home. And this is going to buy Classic so much breathing room. He's going to come out to that watchtower at least. And even go for another warp in the main.
Yeah, another 7 Zealots warped in like that. It's going to cause a lot of problems. While it's still happening, Classic moving down the center of the map towards that third base.
Pretty spectacular play from both players so far, I have to say.
Yeah, really smart to have that Warp Prism on the map. Maybe this mistake was not having it a little bit sooner, but he needs to pull these SCVs.
Already losing so many, 13 of them going down. Dream thinking about coming from behind, it looks like. May just want to sack that base.
Oh, this is a good position, but the recall is there, and he's out of dodge.
Yep.
Wow.
Really good idea from Classic there. I got the feeling that he felt like, you know, Dream had a bunch of units. He couldn't really commit to all of that, and going back, he's just going to try to defend now after getting that damage done, not committing to too much.
And he did all he needed to do. And there's even pylons on the map to, you know, produce more Zealots and do run-bys and whatnot in the near future. Classic sitting at 5 Colossus right now as well, Valdez. 6, sorry.
Pretty insane at this point. He's slowly making that transition to other techs as well. Going to add in Archons in a bit. I assure you. Oh, that one Widow Mine is going to go
big hit
off.
Yeah, gets a lot of Zealots. And Dream's got to be careful in this kind of engagement. Still, there's that many Colossus going to cause a lot of problems. You get a nice concave though, maybe you can jump him.
Yeah. Doing some decent trading here, but what he's going for actually are the Colossi out here on the map. Maybe Classic having too much back to defend, and he's going to lose all 3 of those Colossi and all the Stalkers.
He's losing them in the natural as well. We're going to look at it right now. Everything is falling apart at once.
Look at the supplies already. Dream taking a huge lead. Now going for more buildings over here at the third base. All the while, he's got a 4th command center up. And his macro is going strongly, Wade.
Yeah, it's going so strong. That supply lead says it all. He's really finding the picks on these Colossus that were completely unguarded, especially the ones in the natural. Very surprising mistake from Classic at this point, cracking under the pressure.
At the same time, I want to point out the 2-2 of Classic only now finishing up. The 2-2 of Dream was up the entire time, gaining a very big advantage there. That earlier drop, sniping out both of the Forges. Really working out for Dream.
Yeah, that's a game winner right there. That is such a critical hit. And that is why those Forges are at the back of the main base, trying to be as safe as possible.
Yep. But at the same time, nothing is safe from Dream's death drops. He's even got ghosts out. He's EMPing everything that Classic has left, and it's not much.
No, not much at all. Looks like players are going to be exchanging map picks early on here, and even queuing up a command center.
Oh, he wants it.
Oh, I want to see this go down. He needs to.
GG.
Oh, GG.
Dream takes the second map on Classic's map pick, as he said, Moonglade. We are right back together here, going into a best of 5 now. Everything is tied up 1-1. Classic not looking happy with that loss. He was so far ahead earlier on. He got that Nexus first. He was playing very safe.
That's a much more, that's a bigger statement of a win as well. That was a long macro game on a big map. That says a lot about where these guys are at. Classic took the easy win. Dream went the distance and destroyed him in the late game.
Made it look easy, too. You know, Classic had some very good ideas. His drop defense was okay, but it looked like Dream just did way too much damage at the end of all things considered. And Dream, while he was drinking that, having a bit of a smirk on his face, I think he's got his confidence now, and I have a feeling that Classic is beginning to feel it as well.
He's feeling the pressure. Look at him. He's already getting a little too nervous here. He's realized, man, I can't fight this guy in the late game.
Yeah, I think Classic's going to have to bring something else out. Map number 3 is going to be Cactus Valley, another very, very big map. And it was Dream's map choice, I believe.
It would have to be. I would think so, yeah.
Well, guys, he's taking off his sound blockers, maybe looking to go to a bit of a break here after the second set, as is the way.
As is the way of all things here in the next arena. 2 games, and we got to chill for a sec. Absorb it, breathe it all in. Just remember what happened.
All tied up 1-1 right now. We got a possible 5 more games on the way, Moonglade, but first, we're going to take that 10-minute break. So we'll be right back. We'll get to more games.